Alright, we're back, and this one's going to be another episode of Quirks of Living in Latin America. I think I remembered a few more. Well, this is not exclusive to Latin America, but I just passed a donkey rolling in the sand, and it was adorable. Sorry I wasn't quick enough with the camera for that. I have yet to see a lawnmower down here. Now that doesn't mean that they don't cut the lawns. And no, they don't use the push lawnmowers that we used to use up north. Instead, they have teams of guys, as few as 2 or as many as 6 for a bigger job. And they have these teams of guys, and 2 of them have weed whackers, just industrial strength weed whackers. And the rest have rakes. And so the guy with the weed whacker, who's wearing this long apron and pants and a long sleeve shirt and a mask. I mean, they're probably the scariest looking guys in Honduras. No offense to the police, but yeah, I mean they're wearing this, think of like bandana mask, like the old robbers in the Wild Wild West, or Wild West if you're not watching the Will Smith movie. So they look like bandits, but they have weed whackers with the 2 handles, so their hands are in a little bit better place, and then they just go at it. And that was the first time, I kept forgetting to mention this, the first time I heard lawn mowed back when I had the apartment at the house was like, why the hell are they taking 3 hours to mow the lawn? How is this possible? You take 3 hours to mow a lawn, all while I was trying to sleep. And that's why. It's because they use weed whackers, and so they just go around the weed whacker and buzz the grass real low. Like sometimes just down to where it's barely roots. But that depends on what group is doing it. That's what they did at the house, but in other places they don't go that bad. And yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know why they don't use lawnmowers. My speculation is that this way they can just bike around with the weed whacker instead of trying to get around with lawnmower, which you need a truck and the planks to get in the truck, like you see up in the States. So yeah, none of that down here. Weed whackers. And what else did I want to mention? As far as garbage goes, there's no official recycling program, but that doesn't mean that stuff doesn't get recycled. What happens is people just throw their garbage in together, and then that garbage either gets picked up by a service, or there is a municipal garbage truck going around. A few guys to work with that, and so they just go around to the various bins. I posted a picture of one of those on Facebook a while back. There's these wire mesh bins that people throw their garbage into, and in certain areas they just burn it, and in other areas they actually have you're back to Honduras when you're trying to okay, so that which doesn't get burned gets picked up, and before that happens, there will always be 1 or 2 or 3 people or more, plus the dogs, that go through the garbage, and they're looking for anything that can be recycled. So any of the metals, any wood scraps, some of them are looking for any food scraps, especially the dogs, and they will pick through that garbage and take an hour doing it. And so what I do is I just collect all my cans that I use in a bag, and whenever I hear the guy going through the garbage, I just walk out and hand it to him. It saves him a whole lot of time. It doesn't take me any more time, really, just to set my stuff aside. And I do the same with my food scraps, but that's more just because I hope to have a compost pile eventually, and that's on my gym or wherever I end up living. started one back at the house I was staying at, but obviously since I don't live there anymore, yeah. But so that's separate, and then you have people picking through the stuff, and that's why, even though there's no official recycling program, it's not as bad as you would think. Because in the States, when people don't recycle stuff, it gets burned. Down here, there's going to be this whole subsection of society that goes through the garbage. That which they don't pick up on gets put in the landfill, and there are more people at the landfill waiting to go through the stuff for landfill. Whatever didn't get taken, they'll put anything they can to good use. So that doesn't mean there's an excuse for using a whole bunch of paper bags and generating more garbage than you have to. It just means that that which does get generated is not as bad off as you might think. Alright, that's enough for this one. And Manifest High, of course. Stella's being super, super good. Poor girl, she sounds like a hyena with excitement whenever we slow down. And she thinks we're going to actually do something fun. But nope, she's being a trooper during the long stretches. So, alright, later guys.